Well, we have another death other than David Stern, who did die, 77 years old, NBA commissioner. Bobbi Kristina, ex-boyfriend Nick Gordon passed away. I believe he was in Florida from alleged drug overdose. Let's talk a little bit about it. He was 30 years old. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, right? Unfortunate, man. That whole family battled drugs, all right? Bobby Brown, Whitney, I mean, we all hear the stories. Obviously, Whitney was in the news because her friend Robin said that they had down low sexual relationship with each other, which it wasn't really down low. People already knew what it was. And she got a book coming out if it didn't come out. And they had a lot of drug issues, as you've seen on the Bobby Brown story. And a lot of people blame Bobby for bringing drugs into Whitney's life. But Bobby Brown said Whitney was from somewhere in Jersey, and she was already into that. And you know, at the end of the day, the man is always considered the leader in a relationship and always going to take the blame. But at the end of the day, back in 2015, you know, Nick Gordon and friend found Bobbi Kristina. I think she was face down in a tub and she was brain dead. And long story short, he was a no-show in court, and he basically was considered responsible for her death and was sued for $36 million for her estate. Not sure if he made those payments or how he made those payments if he did. He also was under criminal investigation for it as well. And also they brought up, obviously, he a black man. He had a DV situation with an ex-girlfriend that he proved to be innocent in. So he went through a lot. They went through a lot. I'm not sure how they can say somebody responsible for drug overdose when they was using drugs and they came up under family members that was using drugs. But at the end of the day, they always looking for somebody to blame. But she did end up passing away through brain damage and an induced coma. But like I said before, man, they was battling drugs, and drugs is a huge epidemic that really popped off last decade. I mean, you had the crack era that went crazy, and you know, heroin, and before that, now you got meth and all these different other drugs out here, man. And you would think people would be more self-aware. But I did a video earlier talking about Juicy J, talking about how the influence of drugs or influence being a leader or a follower starts at home. And a lot of drug use starts at home with parents smoking weed and doing cigarettes in front of the kids from a young age. What do you think going to happen? They look at you doing it, they smell it, they think it's okay. Mommy, daddy, my hero, they think it's okay. All right? So no one person is responsible for nobody's destiny in a decision making. But he will be forever known, attached to Bobbi Kristina's death, and he always be attached to the drug use. All right? And, you know, it's unfortunate. 30 years old, and she died young. Even Whitney died young. You know what I'm saying? That's just too young to be dying. And, you know, we got multiple cases of people overdosing and dying off drugs. And his case is allegedly. And people still choose to do them. You know what I'm saying? And people say, well, weed, it's not a drug. But weed, for a lot of people, it has different reactions. Or it gets different reactions, or different. It affects people differently. They said when Tupac used to smoke weed, he used to be crazy. You know? And for certain people, it's a gateway drug. By choice or not by choice. Somebody might lace your weed with some angel dust or some crack, what they call that 51, 71, I don't know. And now you hooked on something else. But bless his soul. His brother said he was next to him when he died. He heard his final words, and they just battled it. They battled drugs, and hopefully, you know, nobody else in that area continues to battle drugs, man. But it's a tough story. I'll link the article from TMZ in the description, and hopefully this story can be a lesson learned to somebody who thinking about trying drugs, or it could be a deterrent for them to try drugs. Just don't try them. You know what I'm saying? And some people get hooked on drugs through pharmaceuticals, through opiates and stuff now. And they didn't tell people how addictive they were. And that's how they get on other drugs as well, too. So sometimes it's self-inflicted wound, and sometimes it's not. But hey, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Check our music entertainment playlist out for more videos like this. Don't forget me on social media and my email, all the information in the description. And let me know what you guys think. R.I.P. to Nick Gordon, 30 years young. Too young, but he gone. So bless his soul. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV. We go.